Good morning. Good morning. It is so good to be with you. I promised myself I wouldn't cry today, but I just love you guys so much. It's just so beautiful to be together. For those of you who don't know, this is the last service of my career. And so I'm very, very pleased to be sharing it with you. And what a service we have. It's a cast of thousands, wonderful things going on. And on top of that, happy Father's Day to all of you. Everybody needs to remember it's Happy Father's Day. And happy Juneteenth also. Happy Juneteenth. Yes, a day of liberation. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Buffalo. My name is Joan Montagnes, where I have the honor and privilege of serving you, this congregation, as minister. It is so good to be together. I'm so glad you're here. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Buffalo. We are blessed to be here together, and we acknowledge that we gather to be inspired and transformed on the traditional territory of the Haudenosaunee people. We begin our time together by honoring the 6 nations and their sovereignty on this land. We honor the Mohawk, Cayuga, Onondaga, Oneida, Seneca, and Tuscarora. In this acknowledgement, we hope to demonstrate respect for the treaties that were made on these territories and the harms and mistakes of the far past and the recent past. We commit to live in better partnership with the 6 nations and all Indigenous people in a spirit of reconciliation and collaboration. Today, we celebrate, amongst other things, the 100th anniversary of the Flower Communion ceremony created in the Unitarian congregation in Prague, Czechoslovakia by Reverend Norbert Čapek. I also have an announcement that volunteers are sought for a reception, a memorial reception for Kevin Steele, who has all kinds of ties to this congregation, related to the Squires, who were very active in our congregation during the 80s, and the grandson of Glyn Pruce, who is one of our ministers in this congregation. So I invite you to talk to Nancy Wilkins, usually over there. Yes, there she is, and she's signing people up to help out with the reception. It'll be a small reception, but we need people to help out. And the request for that is in your order of service with a whole bunch of other good stuff. I also want to announce that after 2 wonderful years as our tenor soloist, Leah Allen will be moving on to another chapter in life, a new beginning. So let's be sure to thank Leah for all her wonderful musical gifts that she has offered to us over the last 2 years. We have a little one of those. So all the announcements here and the ones I just recited, these are all ways that we unveil the bonds that bind each to all. And another way that we build community in this congregation is we take a moment on Sunday mornings to greet our neighbors. So take a minute here and just say hello to someone who you might not even know.
The words for our call to worship this morning were written by the Reverend Allie K.C. Bell. This beautiful flower on this beautiful tree has been given many names. Nothing that we call it can take away from what it is: beautiful, natural, blooming. And so are you, beloved siblings. They may call us many names, but nothing can change who we are. Naturally occurring, beautiful, blooming. I am because you are. You are because I am. I love you. I need you to survive. Come, let us worship together.
Good morning. I'm Eve Holberg, your worship associate this morning, and I just want to, before we light our chalice, take a quick moment to remind you that there are lots of ways for you to participate in our gala send-off for Joan after service on July 9th. Sign up in the parish hall to bring food, speak, all kinds of ways you can help out. We're particularly looking for vegan, vegetarian, and gluten-free offerings. And now please, if you will rise as you are willing and able and join in reciting our chalice affirmation that's printed in your order of service. We gather in loving community, creating a shared vision of compassion and dignity for all to radically transform the world in which we live.
How about that? Yay! All right. We've set aside a part of the service here to introduce 3 children into the world. We invite the Knowles family to come to the front of the church. And Colin, if you want to stand up here. Oops, I'm not supposed to say your name yet. And yeah, Jackie and Ryan. Do you want to come up onto the, there you go. You get, so that way everybody can see you. If you don't want to stand there, you don't have to. Okay. Okay, there you are. You're all there. Sight lines. All right. We have set aside time in our worship service to introduce 3 children to the world. Every child is a blessing, full of love and hope and potential. From the beginning of time, parents have brought their children to the community for recognition and dedication. In the presence of those gathered, children are given names, and parents declare their responsibility for the children. In response, the community also dedicates itself to the life of each child, promising tender love and firm guidance. The community reminds each of its members that we hold one another in love throughout our days. In our ceremony today, we will give each of these 3 children a rose, different from every other rose in the world, as a symbol of that child's unique nature. We will dip the rose in water because water is the stuff of life. Water connects all things, all of humanity. We dip the rose in water to symbolize each child's essential connection to their family, to all of us, and to the entire universe. Jacqueline and Ryan, which color do you want? Do you want red? Okay. Okay. Red is good. What name do you give this child?
Colin McCarthy Knowles.
Colin McCarthy Knowles. This is your name. We welcome you. You are unique. There's no one else in the entire world just like you. Your family and your community welcome you. Colin McCarthy, I'm sorry it's so loud, I'll whisper. Knowles, this rose touches your brow, that you may grow in wisdom and understanding. Touches your mouth. Do you want to touch it to your mouth? No? All right. We'll pretend we're touching it to your mouth. Okay. That you may taste the sweetness of life. You can touch it to your mouth later, too. You touches your heart. Do you want to show me your heart? Get. That you may love abundantly. Touches your hands. Can you show me your hands? 1, and 1 more. 2. That you may find ways to minister to the world. Yep, that's next. You got it. And touches your feet, and it's almost over. There, it's over. That you may find your own way through the world. And here is a rose for you. There you go. Jacqueline and Brian, what name do you give this child?
Alexandra Wyanie Knowles. Here's your turn.
Alexandra Wyanie Knowles, this is your name. We welcome you. You are unique. No one is like you in the entire world. Your parents and your family and your community, we all welcome you. Alexandra Wyanie Knowles, this rose touches your brow, that you may grow in wisdom and understanding. Touches your mouth, that you may taste the sweetness in life. Touches your heart, gitchy, that you may love abundantly. Touches both your hands, so that you may find ways to minister to the world, and touches your sparkly toes. So,
My ballerina shoes.
oh, okay, your ballerina shoes, okay? So that you can find your path through life. And you got a hand? Okay. Oh, you want to hold it. Okay, that's even better. Whoop. Okay, no problem. We got it. Jacqueline and Ryan, what name do you give this child?
Ready?
Yes, I am ready. I have it written down and everything.
Nathaniel Michael Stephen Knowles.
Nathaniel Michael Stephen Knowles. This is your name. We welcome you. You are unique. There is no one else like you in the entire world. Your family and your community welcome you. Nathaniel Michael Stephen Knowles, this rose touches your brow, that you may grow in wisdom and understanding. Touches your mouth. Can I get in there? Touches your mouth. There we go. That you may taste the sweetness in life. Touches your heart. That you may love abundantly. Touches your hands, that you may find ways to minister to the world, and touches your feet, that you may find your own path through life. And you can have that. This couple has come to our congregation for support. Do you, the Unitarian Universalist congregation of Church of Buffalo, promise to affirm Jacqueline, Ryan, Colin, and Alexandra, and Nathaniel as a family? Do you promise to create a safe environment for Colin, Alexandra, and Nathaniel where they can begin their free and responsible searches for truth and meaning? Will you help each of them learn the true value of community? And if so, please say, "We do." We do. This is a vow for the parents. Jacqueline and Ryan, do you promise to raise Colin, Alexandra, and Nathaniel to the best of your ability, to listen as well as to teach, to balance their safety with their freedom to explore, to nurture their physical, emotional, and spiritual life, to seek support from your community who love you and your family? If so, please say, "We do."
We do.
Every child needs other adults, other than their parents, in whom they can trust. Although Kristen and Jehan Anwala could not be with us this morning, they have been chosen as godparents. Kristen and Jehan will dedicate themselves to Colin, Alexandra, and Nathaniel and their best interests to help these children as they grow through the path to adulthood. As these children grow, they will also receive loving support from their grandparents, Bruce and Lisa Knowles, and Michael and Chris O'Mara, who are with us this morning, and also their aunts and uncles, David and Amanda Knowles, Shannon Muldowney, and Terry and Ann Bird, some of whom managed to be here with us this morning. So welcome to you. Colin, Alexandra, and Nathaniel, in the name of all that is sacred, we dedicate ourselves to you. In the coming years, may you always know that you are blessed. You are a blessing. And above all else, remember, you're not alone. You are never alone. So be it. Blessed be. And let the church say, Amen. Thank you.
Please rise and join in singing hymn number 8, Mother Spirit, Father Spirit.
It was
Every week, we take a good portion of our Sunday offering and give it away to a social justice cause outside our church walls. This month, we are supporting the good work of GLYS, G-L-Y-S, of Western New York. GLYS builds affirming cultures and supportive communities for youth of all sexual orientations, gender identities, and gender expressions. GLYS provides a safe and positive environment for LGBTQ+ youth to learn more about themselves through peer interaction and educational experiences. The organization creates opportunities for emotional growth and community awareness. To support our Share the Plate ministry, you can drop a check or cash in the offering plate. You can use PayPal by going to our church website, and you can send a check into the office through the mail, or you can arrange a regular automatic deposit with your bank. If yours is a gift to our Share the Plate ministry, please write SHARE on the memo line, and it will be shared between GLYS and the church operating budget. If yours is a welcome gift to our congregation, please write Pledge 2023 on the memo line. Either way, please write UUCB on the important line. What a delightful way to share our blessings.
The embers of memories of the flame that is past, the way that the drapes cling to the clasp, and the essence of all. It rises and falls, is the sound. The melody still lingers long after the song. The way that the takes claim above of the essence of all, above and below ground is the sound. Well, I used to think that life was just an accident. Happened once in the road, never ever to happen again. Like a dream or a trance, until I heard the sound. Until I heard the sound. The embers of memories of the flame that is past, the way that the drink clings to the cask. Oh, the essence of all that collapses or crawls is the sound. I used to think that life was just an accident. Happened once and then broke, never ever to happen again. Like a dream or a trance, until I heard the sound. Until I heard the sound. Well, I used to think that life was just an accident. heard the sound. Until I heard the sound. Until I heard the sound.
I would now like to invite any of our high school seniors who are graduating from our youth group who are here with us today to come forward. It's our tradition to acknowledge the youth who have grown up in our program, who are graduating from high school, with a bridging ceremony. So, Liam Cobb, we bless you today. May your mind be on fire with wonder and wisdom. May your heart be aflame with love for this life. May your hands be ignited with purpose, and may your spirit be aglow with courage and compassion. Liam, you are a light unto the world, and you carry our steadfast love with you wherever you may go. I choose to walk across the bridge and signal your bridging into young adulthood.
Told myself I wouldn't cry either. Oh, man. No, and I'm sorry everybody else couldn't be here, so it's just me. But I hope for the next year, I wish that I can stay connected to my community here and all of the wonderful people that I've met, while going out into the world, because I think it's really important to continue to be connected to the place you grew up. Makes you who you are. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate it.
Congratulations and welcome.
We also acknowledge the other graduating seniors who were unable to be with us here today: Mackenzie Thompson, Rose Beniskowitz, Max DePietro, and Sonara Marquise. And now, if the congregation could please repeat after me our wishes for Liam and for the other seniors. Liam, we bless you. We love you. May your life unfold with joy. Amen, and blessed be.
Thanks, Belle. When I was ordained, way long ago when I was ordained, when the First Unitarian Congregation of Toronto conferred upon me the mantle of ministry in September of 1994, I chose a poem by Marge Piercy as the reading for the service. It's entitled "To Be of Use." The people I love the best jump into work head first, without dallying in the shallows, and swim off with sure strokes, almost out of sight. They seem to become natives of that element, the black, sleek heads of seals bouncing like half-submerged balls. I love people who harness themselves, an ox to a heavy cart, who pull like water buffalo with massive patience, who strain in the mud and the muck to move things forward, who do what has to be done again and again. I want to be with people who submerge in the task, who go out into the fields to harvest and work in a row and pass the bags along, who are not parlor generals and field deserters, but move in a common rhythm when the food must come in or the fire be put out. The work of the world is common as mud. Botched, it smears the hands, crumbles to dust. But the thing worth doing, well done, has a shape that satisfies, clean and evident. Greek amphoras for wine or oil, Hopi vases that held corn, are put in museums. But you know they were made to be used. The pitcher cries out for water to carry, and the person for work that is real. That was the reading for my ordination ceremony. You see, I was fresh out of seminary, and I was on a mission. I was on a mission to rid the world of evil. I was taught that ours is the prophetic church, that we, all of us in pulpit and pew, we have a moral imperative to act for justice, to call out for justice, to apply ourselves to the task, to pull like water buffalo with massive patience, to strain and in the mud and the muck, to move things forward and to do what must be done again and again. I understood all too clearly that people cry out for work that is real, that they need to be filled, they need to be of use. I thought ministry was all about leading people in transformational action to save the world. Little did I realize that a life of ministry also includes balancing budgets, ordering paper clips, and navigating the congregational ship through uncharted and stormy waters of a pandemic. I've been in this church business for about 3 decades now. And the thing is, I have found that people want to be of use. People want to submerge in the task, want to be in the fields to harvest and in a row and pass the bags along. I have found that people are not parlor generals or field deserters, but move gracefully and with devotion and astonishingly in a common rhythm when the food must come in or the fire be put out, which is always. I had the honor to work with you in shared ministry, you who ache to transform the world and are not afraid to balance budgets or order paper clips or even figure out as a community how to minister to a fearful, hurting, lonely congregation during a pandemic. But the thing of it is, you see, The thing of it is that you have taught me that ministry is more than the work of the world. You and all those I have served over the years, you've taught me that a religious community is more than a community that transformed the world through its prophetic voice. The religious community isn't even primarily a prophetic community. They taught me wrong in seminary. Yeah, the religious community isn't even primarily a prophetic community. It cannot be, because a truly prophetic community that acts for justice needs to be founded on sterner stuff than righteous indignation. You have taught me that a religious community, a faith community, first and foremost, is a community founded on mutual affection, trust, respect, belonging, founded on love. We yearn for work that is real, but first we yearn for love. In this bruised and hurting world, we yearn for love. You have taught me this, that our ministry is to submerge ourselves in compassion, to go into the parish to be together, to sing in the kitchens and pass the casseroles along. You've taught me that our shared ministry moves in a common rhythm when the food must come in or the cards be sent out, in a dancing tide of listening and being heard, need and abundance, giving and receiving. You've also taught me that the power of being in a loving religious community can be transformative. That healthy communities will always, sooner or later, find themselves in conflict. It's just the nature of being human beings together. And since there's no such thing as a human being in isolation, conflict is just one of those things we do, as natural as breathing. You've taught me that conflict, either within our community or with the larger world, conflict, even though truly uncomfortable, conflict can be approached with love, with mutual affection, trust, respect, belonging. You've taught me that our community, our society, is always going to be imperfect and unsteady. But if we hold fast to that deep well of yearning for love, if we listen deeply until each is heard and held, if we understand that accountability only works if hearts are open in every direction, our community can be held together by the frayed and always fraying, incomplete yet ever holding, forever flowering bonds of the various sorts of affection. And each of us will be transformed by that experience. This is what our flower communion is all about. It's about having, sharing, exchanging, and holding life together. Our communion is about how we are together when we're at our best, in our continual births and rebirths, all our beginnings and endings and beginnings again, all our transitions and variations and growth. Our communion is about embodying, about being the incarnation of our sacred ideals. Our communion is our love in action. So let's have the flowers on the table. Maybe stem-sized that way. Yeah. And we've got 2 more baskets, I think. There we go. And so we bless these flowers, these bouquets of beauty, these colorful blossoms of life yearning for more life. We bless these flowers with the courageous words of the Reverend Norbert Chapek, creator of the Flower Communion ceremony. Infinite Spirit of life, we ask thy blessings on these messengers of fellowship and love. May they remind us, amid diversities of knowledge and gifts, to be one in desire and affection, and in devotion to the transformative power of our shared vision. May they also remind us of the value of comradeship, of doing and sharing alike. May we cherish friendship as a precious gift. May we not let awareness of another's talents discourage us or sully our relationships, but may we realize that whatever we can do, great or small, the efforts of us all are needed to do the work of this world. Mindful that each flower is a blessing, it's a messenger of fellowship and love. Each flower is a chalice and a flame. Each flower contains the divine spark. I invite you now to come forward and take a flower different from the one you brought this morning in a communion of hearts and lives. And if you didn't bring a flower to church this morning, please come forward and get one anyway, because there's always abundance at our welcome table. Let's join our hearts and minds in a quiet moment of prayer, meditation, and reflection. In the spirit of time and tide and eternity, which implants in the seed the future of the tree, and in us the longing to live in love, in the name of all that is holy, in which we move, that makes us what we are, in the name of sages and great religious leaders who sacrificed their lives to hasten the coming of peace and justice, let us renew our resolution to be one community, regardless of any kind of bar which estranges one from another. In this holy resolution, may we be strengthened, knowing that we are love's family. One spirit, the spirit of love unites us. And may we endeavor for a more perfect and joyful world. Today we especially hold in our hearts Paulette Nataro, whose beloved sister, Anna Maria Gracci, passed away this week. We're also holding in our hearts Caitlin Steinberg, who had another relative pass away recently. And now let us open our sanctuary to the names of all our loved ones, our sanctuary of memory, caring, accountability, and hope. Let us open our sanctuary to the names of all our loved ones suffering in sorrow and celebrating in joy. Each name a breath, and each breath a prayer. The breath of nature is upon us. The spirit of life is within us. The community of love is among us. So be it, blessed be, and let the church say, Amen. And let's join in singing hymn number 163 in your gray, gray, gray hymnal, For the Earth Forever Turning.
Please remain standing while we join in the words we use when we extinguish our chalice. As we extinguish the flame of this chalice, may we carry its light with us into the world in the power of peace faith, justice, and love.
This sanctuary is for the communion of life calling for more life. So every day, bring beautiful blessings for the altar. Arrangements as big as unruly hedges. Bring the overpowering fragrance of herbs and wayside gardens in season, and rangy blossoms from your spirit's garden. Huge bunches of foliage and flowers as tall as they can grow, held in vases the size of bathtubs for babies. This is the beginning and the ending and the beginning again, the life and ecology of community. This is the incarnation of grace. Remember, you are blessed. Remember, you are a blessing. And above all else, remember, you are not alone. You are never alone. So be it. Blessed be. And let the church say, Amen.
Years ago, I was an angry young man. Once there were parking lots, now it's a peaceful oasis. You got it, you got it. This was a Pizza Hut, now it's all covered with daisies. You got it, you got it. I miss the honky tonks, Dairy Queens and 7-Elevens. You got it, you got it. And as things fell apart, nobody paid much attention. You got it. I dream of cherry pies, candy bars, and chocolate chip cookies. You got it, you got it. We used to microwave